Good day everyone. Here's Career Guidance Grade 11 Module 3, Reaffirming the Chosen Track. Information is essential in every decision making. Information is usually gathered from various sources to give a better picture of what we want to know and on what basis we are making such a decision. This module presents several sources of information about career choices that could influence or modify the decisions we make for our future. Total time allotment, 90 minutes. Materials includes puzzle, 9 pieces, paper doll, made of cardboard or hard paper, dressing materials, cloth, art papers, or recyclable materials, scissors, paste/glue, crayons, coloring materials, pens, cartolina/manila paper, projector, laptop, speaker, activity sheet. For the objectives, at the end of this module, the learners are expected to 1. Determine the different sources of information relevant to curriculum exits. 2. Evaluate the different sources of information relevant to their preferred curriculum exit. 3. Match the knowledge and skills to the job market demands and possible curriculum exits. And 4. Value the importance of the chosen track/strand. Motivation, 12 minutes. Have the students watch a video presentation on finding a job. Note, the video is available in Dole offices. Visit your Dole regional or provincial field offices to avail of other labor and employment education services, LEAs, videos. If the video is not available, ask the students about any experiences or stories of finding a job. Let them share and ask how they got information about the job and why it is important to have a source of information about any job. Guide questions. 1. What does the video tell about? 2. What does it say about acquiring information before making a decision? 3. Do you think this is all important? Why? Main activity, 27 minutes. Activity 3.1, completing a puzzle, 10 minutes. Procedure, 1. Have the class form 5 groups. 2. Distribute the 9-piece puzzle to each group. 3. Instruct the learners to complete the picture puzzle in 2 minutes. 4. Let them read the infographic. Guide questions. 1. What can you say about the data on employment, underemployment, and unemployment in the country? 2. What sector served as the biggest contributor in the employment rate as of October 2016? 3. Is the infographic helpful to you? Why? 4. What do you think are the sources of information in the infographic? Activity 3.2 Career Linking, 17 minutes. Procedure, 1. Tell students to remain in their respective groups. 2. Distribute envelopes containing the following logos or icons as sources of information and let them identify each. 3. After identifying the logos/icons, have learners paste these on manila paper or cartolina according to the relevance of the sources of information to the curriculum exits. Follow the format below. 4. Have them assign a rapporteur in their own group to report their output in class. 5. Be sure to give an overview of each source of information relevant to the curriculum exits. Lecturette, 20 minutes. In choosing a career, it is essential to first acquire substantial information about the different courses in order to come up with a valid and well-thought-out decision. Laying down all possibilities and considering several prospects would result in a more advantageous, attainable, and viable career path. Sources of information. School's Guidance Office. A school's guidance office is managed primarily by a registered guidance counselor, RGC, as mandated by RA 9258, who implements a career guidance program that provides career counseling to both individuals and groups, administers and interprets career tests, and provides other services such as referral, placement, research, information, and orientation. In the absence of an RGC, a career guidance advocate may lead the implementation of a career guidance advocacy program in the school. An advocate facilitates the information dissemination of career-related materials such as labor market information, coordinates with the local government units, whereas labor and work-related offices such as the Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESTA, Public Employment Service Office, PESO, and other stakeholders, serves as conduit in the implementation of the DepEd Career Guidance Advocacy Program between the schools division, offices and the schools, and manages other related career guidance advocacy activities. The limitation to the conduct of the career guidance program of career guidance advocates to a legally valid term of career guidance advocacy program is consistent with the provisions of RA 9258, otherwise known as the Guidance and Counseling Act of 2004, and RA 10533, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. Career guidance advocates may only conduct certain career guidance-related activities that are part of the career guidance program, which an RGC is explicitly mandated to conduct as provided for in the above-mentioned laws. Career guidance information is generally available in the guidance offices. Department of Education. The Department of Education, DepEd, is a government agency that formulates, implements, and coordinates policies, plans, programs, and projects in the areas of formal and non-formal basic education. It supervises all elementary and secondary education institutions, including alternative learning systems, both public and private, and provides for the establishment and maintenance of a complete, adequate, and integrated system of basic education relevant to the goals of national development. The department, through its partnerships with industries and private entities, may provide the needed labor market information in coordination with DOLE. DepEd can be reached through its website www.deped.gov.ph. Department of Labor and Employment. The Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, is a national government agency that envisions that every Filipino worker attains full, decent, and productive employment. It formulates policies and implements labor laws and labor-related legislations in order to promote gainful employment opportunities, develop human resources, protect workers and promote their welfare, and maintain industrial peace. DOLE has different bureaus addressing specific concerns on labor. They include the Bureau of Local Employment, Labor Relations, Workers with Special Concerns, Working Conditions, International Labor Affairs, Regional Offices, and the Philippine Overseas Labor Offices. Bureau of Local Employment. The Bureau of Local Employment, BLE, develops policies, researches, labor market analysis, strategies, programs, projects, operating guidelines, and standards, and provides advisory relative to local employment promotion and administration. Programs/projects of the Bureau. Project JobsFit. The DOLE 2020 Vision or Project JobsFit is the forerunner of the Department of Labor and Employment's Priority Deliverable Projects for 2009. This forward-looking activity was based on researches, information gathering, and networking with key stakeholders. It was carried out as part of DOLE's firm resolve to adopt coherent and innovative strategies to carry out its mandate in providing efficient employment facilitation services and respond to the prevailing skill and job mismatch underlying the unemployment and underemployment problems in the country. Labor market information. The Project JobsFit resulted in the formulation of the Labor Market Information, LMI, which provides timely, relevant, and accurate signals on the current labor market, such as in-demand jobs and skill shortages, by developing client-specific LMI education and communication materials. The material is part of the commitment of DOL to support the Career Guidance Advocacy Program, which seeks to promote career guidance as a tool in assisting job seekers, particularly students, in making informed career choices. In developing the LMI, DOL engages its key stakeholders, industry, academe, and labor employers groups, to gather labor market signals. Training and educational institutions use them in reviewing their respective curricula, policies, standards, and guidelines to keep them abreast with industry requirements. PhilJobNet. PhilJobNet is an automated job and applicant matching system which aims to fast-track job seekers' search for jobs and employers' search for human resource. It can be accessed through www.phil-job.net. The Bureau of Local Employment can be reached through its website, www.ble.dol.gov.ph/. Bureau of Labor Relations. The Bureau of Labor Relations, BLR, develops policies, programs, projects, operating guidelines, and standards, and provides advisory relative to the administration and enforcement of laws pertaining to labor management relations, including workers' organization, registration, and development, and resolving appealed intra- and interunion disputes. Bureau of Workers with Special Concerns. The Bureau of Workers with Special Concerns, BWSC, develops policies, programs, projects, operating guidelines, and standards, and provides advisory/assistance relative to the development and protection of workers that include own account and self-employed workers, informal and rural workers including sugar workers, women workers, young workers, working children, differently abled, the older and elderly workers, and workers in the personal service of another. Bureau of Working Conditions. The Bureau of Working Conditions, BWC, primarily performs policy and program development and advisory functions in the administration and enforcement of laws relating to labor standards. International Labor Affairs Bureau. The International Labor Affairs Bureau, ILAB, develops policies, plans/programs, projects, guidelines/procedures, and standards relative to international labor and employment concerns, and monitors the country's observance and implementation of all obligations, courtesies, and facilities required by international labor affairs/associations/institutions. It also provides advisory service in the supervision, monitoring, and reporting of operations/activities of the Philippine Overseas Labor Offices, POLO, in different countries, and serves as the instrumentality for technical cooperation, programs, and activities with other countries and international institutions. Regional offices. The regional offices and field offices are the operating arms for directly implementing the plans and programs developed by the bureaus and administering and enforcing labor standards and laws. Each regional office has a mediation, arbitration, and legal service unit, an internal management services division, technical services and support division, and field offices. Philippine Overseas Labor Offices. The Philippine Overseas Labor Offices, POLO, are the operating arms of the DOL in different parts of the world. They take charge of administering and enforcing the duly adopted policies and programs of the Department about International Labor Affairs. The DOL has the following overseas offices: Middle Eastern Affairs Division, American and European Affairs Division, Asian and Pacific Affairs Division, and the International Relations and Cooperation Division. To further implement its mandate effectively, DOL has the following attached and/or coordinating agencies: Employees Compensation Commission. The Employees Compensation Commission, ACC, formulates policies, programs, and guidelines on occupational safety and health in the areas of prevention, compensation, and rehabilitation, undertakes continuing research and studies, extends technical assistance and advice on hazard recognition, risk assessment, and abatement and control of hazards. Plans, develops, prescribes, implements, and monitors training programs on occupational safety and health, acts as clearinghouse of information on all matters pertaining to occupational safety hazards, and reviews and/or decides appealed cases from the GSIS and SSS, National Conciliation and Mediation Board, the National Conciliation and Mediation Board, NCMB, formulates, develops, and implements policies, programs, projects, standards, procedures, manuals of operations, and guidelines for the effective conciliation and mediation of labor disputes, and promotes workplace relations enhancement schemes, grievance handling, voluntary arbitration, and other voluntary modes of dispute prevention and settlement. Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. The Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, OWWA, formulates and implements policies, programs, and projects in the administration of the Welfare Fund for overseas workers to be used for social and welfare services, including insurance coverage, legal assistance, placement assistance, and remittance services. Philippine Overseas Employment Administration. The Philippine Overseas Employment Administration, POEA, promotes and develops the Overseas Employment Program, protects the rights of migrant workers, and regulates private sector participation in recruitment and overseas placement. National Labor Relations Commission. The National Labor Relations Commission, NLRC, is a quasi-judicial body tasked to promote and maintain industrial peace by resolving labor and management disputes involving both local and overseas workers through compulsory arbitration and alternative modes of dispute resolution. National Wages and Productivity Commission. The National Wages and Productivity Commission, NWPC, acts as the national consultative and advisory body on matters relating to wages, incomes, and productivity, formulates policies, programs, guidelines, and standards on wages, income, and productivity improvement programs, and reviews regional wage levels set by the Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Boards, RTWPBs. Professional Regulation Commission. The Professional Regulation Commission, PRC, regulates and supervises the practice of the professionals who constitute the highly skilled manpower of the country. This government agency can be reached through its website, www.prc.gov.ph/. Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. The TESTA manages and supervises technical education and skills development in the country. It is the leading partner in the development of the Filipino workforce, with world-class competence and positive work values. To provide equitable access and provision of programs to the growing technical and vocational education and training (TVET) clients, TESTA continues to undertake direct training provisions. There are 4 training modalities: school-based, center-based, enterprise-based, and community-based. These are being done with TESTA's infrastructure in place: 57 TESTA-administered schools, 60 training centers, enterprise-based training through DTS/apprenticeship, and community-based training in convergence with local government units. This government agency can be reached through its website, www.tesda.gov.ph. Government Service. The Civil Service Commission is the human resource department of the government that promotes morale, efficiency, integrity, responsiveness, progressiveness, and courtesy in the civil service. This government agency can be reached through its website, www.csc.gov.ph. Local government unit level. The Public Employment Service Office is a non-fee charging multi-employment service facility or entity established or accredited pursuant to Republic Act No. 8759, otherwise known as the PESO Act of 1999. They carry out full employment and equality of employment opportunities for all, and for this purpose, to strengthen and expand the existing employment facilitation service machinery of the government, particularly at the local levels. There shall be established in all capital towns of provinces, key cities, and other strategic areas, a public employment service office. It is community-based and maintained largely by local government units, LGUs, and a number of non-government organizations, NGOs, or community-based organizations, CBOs, and state universities and colleges, SUCs. The PESOs shall be linked to the regional offices of DOL for coordination and technical supervision, and to the DOL Central Office, to constitute the National Employment Service Network. For more information, visit your PESO located in your municipalities, cities, or provinces. Higher education. The Commission on Higher Education, CHED, is the key leader of the Philippine higher education system. It works effectively in partnership with other major higher education stakeholders in building the country's human capital and innovation capacity toward the development of a Filipino nation as a responsible member of the international community. This government agency can be reached through its website, www.ched.gov.ph. Business and Enterprise. The Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, is tasked to foster a competitive and innovative industry and services sector that contributes to job generation and inclusive growth, and to advance the rights and responsibilities of consumers. This government agency can be reached through its website, www.dti.gov.ph/. Note: aside from the government sources of information, there are other local and international websites, private organizations, companies, and the like that may offer information on career matching and job placement. However, the Department of Education does not endorse in any other way, form, nor connect with these websites or companies. Examples of these websites are Educacion, PH, JobStreet, Workabroad.ph, Trabajo.com, Caliber, Monster Philippines, GigaJob Philippines, JobsDB. Guide questions. 1. Did the information help you in setting your curriculum exit? How? 2. What skills are needed to pursue your curriculum exit? Do you already have these skills? 3. What do you intend to do with the skills you already possess, for the goal you will pursue? Application, 15 minutes, Activity 3.3, Dressing Up Mini-Me. Procedure, 1. Cut out the mini-me. 2. Dress the doll based on your preferred curriculum exit, e.g., colegio, teacher. Include tools of profession or curriculum exits. 3. Determine the symbolic parts of the dress/tools, e.g., book, uniform. 4. In the symbolic parts, write down the skills and/or knowledge, e.g., communication skills, interpersonal relations, logical reasoning ability, clerical mechanical skills, needed for the preferred curriculum exits. 5. In the symbolic tools, write down the possible job market demands, public school teacher/SHS teacher/private school teacher, tutor trainer, etc., and possible curriculum exits. Note: let the learners keep their mini-me because it will be used in a later module, or they may display it in their homeroom guidance corner. Reflection, 5 minutes. 1. Do the information about your curriculum exit fit with your current abilities or skills? 2. Do you think you already have enough information? Why do you say so? 3. How will you plan out your preferred curriculum exit? 4. What are your realizations about the activity? How will you apply these in planning out your career? 7. Evaluation, 10 minutes, Activity 3.4, My Career Information Sheet, Procedure, 1. Distribute the career information sheets. 2. Instruct the learners to map out other preferred alternatives aside from their preferred curriculum exit. 3. Let the learners answer the questions in the information sheet. Assignment, 3 minutes. 1. Instruct the learners to share their career information sheet to their parents, guardians, and significant others. Both student and parents/guardians will affix their signatures in the activity sheets. 2. In your journal, write the implications of what you have written in your career information sheet. 3. Let the learners take home the Fit Me Right activity sheet for their parents to answer and sign.